Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that's got the car community absolutely buzzing. And I've got to be upfront with you right from the start. What I'm about to share is based on rumors, leaks, and speculation floating around the internet. Cadillac hasn't officially confirmed any of this, but the whispers about a potential 2026 Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz comeback are just too exciting not to talk about. So buckle up, because if even half of what we're hearing turns out to be true, we might be witnessing the return of one of the most legendary names in American automotive history. Now, for those who might not know, the Eldorado Biarritz was the pinnacle of American luxury back in its day. We're talking about those gorgeous convertibles from the 50s and 60s with the massive tail fins, the chrome, everything, and that unmistakable presence that just screamed prestige. The last Eldorado rolled off the line way back in 2002, and ever since then, enthusiasts have been dreaming about its return. Well, according to various automotive blogs and some allegedly leaked design sketches, that dream might actually be becoming a reality. So let's talk about what we're supposedly looking at here. The rumored 2026 Eldorado Biarritz is said to be a true convertible, keeping that classic drop-top spirit alive. But this isn't just a retro rehash if these rumors pan out. Cadillac would be blending that iconic heritage with thoroughly modern design language. Sources are describing razor-sharp LED headlights integrated into a blacked-out mesh grille that's got some serious presence. The whole front end is supposed to have this futuristic angular sculpting that makes it look like a proper modern luxury convertible, not some nostalgic throwback stuck in the past. And here's where it gets really interesting. Apparently, there are vertical daytime running lights and chrome accents that pay homage to the original Biarritz design. It's like Cadillac, if this is real, would be walking that fine line between honoring their legendary past and pushing boldly into the future. I personally love when automakers do this right, taking those iconic design cues that made a car legendary and reimagining them for today's world. From the side profile, the leaked renders show this incredibly wide stance. People are comparing it to a luxury yacht mixed with American muscle car vibes, which honestly sounds pretty amazing. The convertible would reportedly sit on massive multi-spoke alloy wheels, probably 21 or even 22 inches in diameter. Can you imagine that thing rolling down the street? The sheer presence it would have? And of course, there's supposedly a hidden electric-powered drop-top mechanism. Because this is 2026, we're talking about everything's got to be smooth and sophisticated. The rear end is where things get really interesting based on what people are saying. We're supposedly getting wide-set LED taillights, quad exhaust tips, and a contoured trunk lid. Some sources have mentioned seeing red brake calipers in the leaked images, which typically hints at some serious performance capability. Now, whether we're actually getting those classic Eldorado tail fins in any form is still up in the air. But man, wouldn't that be something if they found a way to modernize that iconic element? Alright, let's get under the hood, or at least, let's talk about what's rumored to be under the hood. This is where things get absolutely wild. The speculation centers around a 6.4-liter Northstar V8 engine. Now, before you say anything, yes, I know the original Northstar had its issues back in the day. But we're talking about a completely reimagined power plant here if this turns out to be real. The rumor mill is saying this engine would pump out 675 horsepower. Let me say that again, 675 horsepower. Let me say that again, 675 horses in a luxury convertible. If true, we'd be looking at a 0 to 60 time of under 4 seconds. That's supercar territory, folks, but wrapped in a plush, luxurious American convertible package. That's the kind of performance that would put this thing squarely in competition with the high-performance luxury convertibles from Europe, except with that distinctive American flair and probably at a more accessible price point. The combination of that kind of power with the elegance of a Cadillac convertible, that's the kind of car that makes you want to put the top down and just cruise. Now, stepping inside is where Cadillac traditionally shines, and the rumors suggest they wouldn't be cutting any corners here. We're hearing about a cabin that's absolutely dripping in luxury. Think premium leather everywhere, real wood trim, brushed aluminum accents, the works. The seats would supposedly offer all the bells and whistles, multiple adjustment options, heating, cooling, and even massage functions for both driver and passengers. Because when you're cruising in a six-figure convertible, you better believe you're getting massaged while you drive. The The dashboard is rumored to feature a massive curved OLED display that would integrate both the digital instrument cluster and the infotainment system. This is becoming pretty standard in high-end Cadillacs, so it makes sense that they'd include it here. We're talking wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, probably a premium sound system, maybe even a high-end setup from one of the big audio names. The whole idea seems to be creating this cocoon of luxury that combines old-school opulence with cutting-edge technology. And let's not forget about safety and driver assistance features. If this car is real and following current Cadillac trends, we probably see Super Cruise, which is Cadillac's hands-free driving technology. Add in adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, a 360-degree camera system, all the modern safety tech you'd expect from a flagship luxury vehicle. The goal would be making this thing as easy and safe to drive as it is beautiful to look at. Now here comes the big question. Everyone wants to know how much would this thing actually cost if it becomes reality. According to the rumor mill, we're looking at a starting price around $120,000. That would position it as a serious luxury offering, but still potentially undercutting some of the European competition. Higher trims could reportedly push toward the $150,000 range, especially if you start adding all the premium options and packages. Is that a lot of money? Absolutely. But for a limited production American luxury convertible with nearly 700 horsepower and all that heritage attached to the Eldorado name, that's actually not unreasonable in today's market, especially when you consider that some of the European competitors in this space can easily climb past 200 grand. As for timing, the speculation suggests we might see this car revealed sometime in mid-2026, assuming it's actually happening. That would be an interesting time frame because it would give Cadillac a chance to make a big splash in the luxury market at a time when most manufacturers are going all in on SUVs and crossovers. A gorgeous two-door convertible would definitely stand out in that landscape. But here's where I need to pump the brakes a little bit and bring us back to reality. Despite all this exciting information floating around, we have to remember that none of this is confirmed by Cadillac. Not a single official word. The Eldorado nameplate has been dormant for over 20 years. And while bringing it back would be an amazing move, there's always the possibility that what we're seeing is just really well-done speculation, concept art, or even wishful thinking from enthusiasts who desperately want this car to exist. The Automotive blog post citing trusted sources and design authorities at Cadillac don't constitute official confirmation. And honestly, in today's internet age, it's pretty easy for rumors to snowball and take on a life of their own. That doesn't mean it's not fun to dream about, though. Sometimes the most exciting conversations in the car community happen around vehicles that might never see the light of day. What we do know for certain is that Cadillac is currently focused heavily on electrification, with models like the Lyriq, Opet IQ, and Vistyke. They're also producing the ultra-expensive Celestine sedan, a gas-powered V8 convertible, while absolutely awesome, would be a departure from their current trajectory. Then again, automakers have surprised us before, and maybe Cadillac sees an opportunity to create something special that bridges their glorious past with a modern performance luxury market. So what's my take on all this? Look, I love the idea. The thought of a modern Eldorado Biarritz with nearly 700 horsepower, a gorgeous convertible top, and that classic Cadillac luxury, sign me up. Whether it actually happens or not, the fact that people are this excited about the possibility shows that there's still a hunger for distinctive, stylish American luxury cars that don't look like everything else on the road. We're living in an age of cookie-cutter SUVs, so a bold, beautiful convertible would be incredibly refreshing. I'd encourage everyone to take this information with a healthy grain of salt, but also to keep your eyes peeled for any official announcements from Cadillac. If they do decide to bring back the Eldorado, you better believe it's going to break the internet. And hey, even if this particular rumor doesn't pan out, the conversation it's generating might just convince Cadillac that there's a real market for something like this. What do you think? Would you want to see Cadillac bring back the Eldorado Biarritz? Would you spend 120 grand on a modern interpretation of this classic nameplate? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your thoughts on these kinds of topics. And if you enjoy this deep dive into automotive rumors and speculation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.